normally, right? And forget posture. Just stand like you would normally stand, waiting for a bus, waiting at the checkout at Tesco. Just stand. Okay, moving into it. We're going to start from the floor and then work our way up, because posture is really important for these knees. So, heels together and toes apart. And I want you to squeeze the inner thighs together and stand it nice and tall. So we always want you to have that feeling as if you've grown at least a centimetre. Then muscles in your bottom, little connection there, and then a little connection through the knees as well. So your knees are not soft, your knees are strong. From that position, ladies, I want you to turn your heels out and your toes facing forward. Okay, so just look down and make sure this is happening. So your toes are in 12 o'clock, your ankles in your knees, and your top of your pelvis is all in alignment. All right, so that's important. Now, from there, I just want you to kind of rock and roll. So just coming up onto the mid-tarsal joint and then back onto those heels. So it's just to make sure that our weight is distributed equally through both feet, equally through both knees. Then stay somewhere into the center and then roll around. Taking it around, roll it around. Okay, and then go the other way. Around we go. So just, I'm not sure if it is round, is it? But I know the knees are going round. All right, and then just stay somewhere into the center. So just heels are down into the ground, toes are light. Yeah, you're not pressing down into your toes. Heels are anchored, and then from there, hands onto the pelvis, and then just walk forward and back. This Monday morning, we're going to find our optimum position. Forward and back. And take from the side, forward and back. So when we're working through knee strength, we're not just thinking about the knees, we're thinking about the hips, yeah, the glutes, the back, quadriceps, hamstrings, calf muscles, ankles, and feet. So toes as well. 3, 2, and 1. So just find somewhere in the center and then lift up and lift up. That's good. You're just raising that right heel and then the left heel. Little raise. Getting that sort of pelvis moving side to side. And then hands just somewhere around the bottom here in the ribs, and then just around we go. And around. So this time you're moving from this lumbo-pelvic area, okay? So not so much thinking about the weight distribution through the feet. And then we go around the other side. So we're going to mobilise the hips, knees, ankles, quads, hamstrings. We're going to get everything nice and warm. Go around the other way. And 2. And from there, stand up nice and tall, shoulders back and down. Lift your shoulders up to the centre, pull them back, and then in and down. Okay, so I'm going to talk about body composition with you. So, from here, if I lift my arms up and squeeze the shoulders back, okay? So every body composition all will benefit from strengthening the muscles at the back of the body. Right. Okay. A lot of our day we're spent in this position. A lot of our day, believe it or not. Chin is down, tucked into the chest, and we're in this position. Computers, pushing things onto the shelf, gardening, whatever. Yeah? So we need to get this nice and strong. So talking about posture, if you're a little bit round shouldered in this position, it's what we call kyphotic. You're a kyphotic position. And if you're a little bit pushing back the pelvis, back, side, this is where you're a little bit lordotic. Yeah? So the pelvis push forward, glutes are back. Okay? So From here, you come back up, right? So whether you're kyphotic or lordotic, the important thing is posture for either. So chin to chest and roll it down. Now, for those of you who are kyphotic, round shoulders, it is really nice. A nice stretch. And those of you who are lordotic, this feels nice, but not so nice for the kyphotic. Kyphotic don't like this. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable when you lie on your back. You're lying on the floor. Not nice for kyphotic. So, up we go. Kyphotic feet like this. Lordotic feet like this. And again. Up we go. Great. And just stay in the centre. Just release the sacroiliac joint. So just moving side to side. Coccyx and the SI joint can fuse tight. Just make sure before we start any strengthening on these that our posture is absolutely perfect. Chin to chest, and then roll up, and then take your shoulders back and down. I want you to push your shoulders forward into a forward flex position, yeah? Into the center, and then push back. So it's forward, center, push back. Yeah? So one more time. Forward, center, and push back. Then coming to the center. So now look over your right shoulder, brace the abdominals, engage through the muscles over your left shoulder. And again, round we go. So for those of you who are a little bit kyphotic round shoulders, your chin may be a little bit tilted, pushed away from your neck. I want us all push the shoulders back, tilt the chin in slightly towards the body. Right, a little tilt there. From that position, bring your head over to your right side. So I'm closing the space here. And there we go. Neck in line with the spine, nice and long. And then on the side. And you may find that you naturally, when you're standing, okay, you may find that you just put your head to one side. I want you to look in the mirror and find out if one side of your neck is bulked with muscle more than the other. Is one arm longer than the other? Yeah? Is one shoulder lower than the other? Okay. So we come to the side, and then we lift up, and then we lift to the other side. I know for sure this shoulder and this arm is longer than this arm. Years of carrying a heavy bag. Again, just look for yourself as well. Head up to the top, sweep up through the arms, breathe in and breathe out. Now, interlace the fingers into chest and let's stretch out that upper back. Okay, now turn the fingers, push away and come back. Lift. And then take the hands down and sweep them behind your back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Remember, we spend a lot of our time like this, so our pecs are short and our traps, the trapezius muscles here, are long. So we need to lengthen these and shorten these. Right? So take your arms up, like this. And you're going to pull back. Back those shoulders. Pull back. Okay. So your arms are not opening like we did before. It's a pull back. Back we go. Two more. 1 and 2. Interlace your hands, chin to chest. Breath away. Fingers lift to the ceiling. Stretch out those shoulders. And then hands at the lower part of the back and squeeze back. And relax down. Now go back just to standing without posture. Yeah, just take yourself away from the camera and then just think how you would stand. Muscle memory, ladies. Within 3 seconds, back to posture. So out of posture. Now, however you stand, one hip to the side, to the other, however you want to. I want this to engage so it comes in quickly. So what I've taught you in the last 6 minutes, get instantly posture. Perfect. Take your chair, all right? Take our chair. Use this with a little bit of balance at the moment, and then we can do some seated work on it. We're going to stand on to one side. Put the chair one side, and I'm going to work. So this is for balance, and then we're going to go seated in a moment. So this is now starting to strengthen the knee. And I want us not to think just knee, not about this tiny little joint here. It's about everything that feeds into it. Yeah? So we're talking hips, we're talking quadriceps, hamstrings, yeah, calf muscles, yeah, shins, yeah, ankles, feet. Lift at the right knee. Now, as you're lifting, I want you to have a little pause at the top. So you lift and lower. So we're just starting to, as we just flex that knee and lower. Lift and lower. And that's movement. A moment. Got some room in here. Okay, now I'm going to lift up the right knee. Now I'm going to extend it. Now hitting that muscle, bringing it in and lower. Okay? So lift, extend, in and lower. So the moment you push that leg away into an extension, so you feel it into that quadricep, don't you? And try not to lean, still stay in your posture, all right? Shoulders are back and down. Think about space from the ear down to the shoulder, to relax the shoulders. Now the right leg, I'm going to take it into an abduction, all right? Now I'm opening the hip, do 2 more. I open, any further, right? Then I'm going to take it through to a tap and a circle. I'm going to change the chair around to the other side in a moment. We haven't got enough room to do, I haven't here to do both sides. Okay. 2, and then I'm going to do a hip rotation. I'm going to come around. So remember we talked about knee pain, knee strength. It comes from the hips as well. So if the hips are not working properly, that is going to affect the knee. All right. So from the top, we're going to lift and lower, lift and lower, and again 2 more. 1 and 2. Now lift with an extension. Lift, extension, in and down. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4 abductions. 1 and 2. And try and keep your body nice and strong and upright. Okay. And then tap and circle. Tap and circle. 2, 1 more. Again, opening up that hip. Now stay with that or come with me and do 4 hip rotation. 3, 4. Placing that leg down onto the ground. Interlace the hand, chin to chest. Walk the head. Turn, lift up. Place your hands at the lower part of your back and squeeze back through those muscles at the back of the body. Back. Kyphotic people, round shoulder, you stretch this and shorten the back. Bring your arms down and through. Place your hands like a little tennis ball, or if you've got a little tennis ball, you can put it there. Place your hands just between your knees and make some circles. How are they feeling? Glad you can't hear. Sort of cracking away. 3. And from here, release the hands. Remember muscle memory, pushing yourself back into your perfect posture. Okay. Bring your chair around to the front of you. Right? So, take the chair behind. I'm just going to stand in front of your chair. Stand in front of your chair. From there, ladies, lift up through the arms, inhale and exhale. Now on my next one, I'm going to come down as if I'm going to sit. I'll just feel the chair at the back of my thighs. And just a little push down. That's it. Just feel the legs there, touching the seat of that. Now we're going to come all the way down, and just so you're going to lift through the right leg, and I'm going to lift through the left leg. I'm going to slow this down. Lift, extend, in and through. Yeah? Lift, extend, in and through. So bringing you into the chair is showing you that you can do your knee strengthening, pushing the chair away from the table just a couple of times a day, working through. So think about this muscle that we're working now, the quadricep, made up of 4 muscles. Start from the pelvis, come all the way down into the tibia fibula. And again, so lift, breathe, in and down. Taking your arms together, hands in the palm position. Okay. Inhale, exhale, and stand up. Bring your chair around to the other side. So now I start with my left leg. So I lift and lower. The knee flexion, no extension yet. So this is giving you a combination of knee strength work that you can do now with an extension. Knee strength work that you can do even if you're sitting down in the office, you know, at your desk, you work at home, you can still work strengthening those knees. Taking a little bit of time out, maybe just 3 sets of 10. That's what 3 sets of 10. 10, 5 each side. Stop. Rest. Okay, come through. Let's abduct. So again, staying up nice and tall, abducting from that left hip. Okay, now tap and circle. Tap and circle. Tap and circle. 1 and circle. 2 and circle. Now hip rotation. 1. Again, try not to lean into it, yeah? So up nice and tall. 3 and 4. Bringing the leg down from the top. So we're going to lift and lower. We're going to go straight into it, and then we're going to stretch. Lift and lower. Okay, now lift up, extend, bring it in and down. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. That what we were doing on the chair, so you can do this at home. But what I want you to do, ladies, is 5 or 6 of these exercises that I give you today that you can use if you do have knee problems, or even if you just got the start of a knee issue. Start doing this tap and circle every day. Looking after ourselves as much as we can without going to the doctor and trying to get referral, because it takes months. Around we go. So, and as you know, before they even refer you, they'll have you on ibuprofen for months before you even get a referral. So hands through, chin to chest, round it off, and hands behind and open. Oh, I've got the shoulders. Hands through and lift. Oh, I knew those shoulders came in somewhere. Okay, bringing your hands down into a little tennis ball, taking it between your knees and then circle. We're going to do 4 one way, no 4 the other. Okay. Now the next exercise we're going to go with you ladies is to wake up the shins. So in physiology terms, it's called the anterior tibialis. We're going to use our wall to get this working, okay? Roll up. So I'm going to come to the back of my room and I'm going to lean into the wall and camera down slightly. We're going to take our shoes and socks off in a moment, but for grip, it'd be better if we had our shoes on. So I'm going to lean into the wall. Okay, I'm leaning into my wall, and then from there, I'm just lifting my lights on, and just lifting my toes up. Yeah, squeeze. Now this is really tough. Yeah, squeeze up. You don't need to do that many of them. I'm pushing into the wall and lifting my toes. So now these shins here, tibialis anterior, they are under fire. And again, so you get not so much of a range, but much deeper exercise doing this. Yeah, one more time. Lovely. Coming up, standing in with your hands against your chair, and I just want you to come up onto the balls of your feet and lower. So push down into that mid-tarsal joint. The mid-tarsal joint, bottom, the bone just under the big toe, yeah? This is not working correctly. It's going to affect your walking, it's going to affect your running if you do running, and it will affect your posture. So you need to make sure that it's pushing into it. So using your chair to come up onto that mid-tarsal joint. Are we ready to take our shoes and socks off in a moment? Yes! So, lift and lower and again. Lift up. And when we do our shoes and socks off, I'm going to use the chair for balance. Okay? Or you can use the okay. Bringing the chair around to one side, don't mind what side it is. I want you to just take shoes and socks off. I'm going to lower the camera. I want you to go and get, I think I asked for it on the Zoom, and I sent you an email. If you can go and get your band, if you have a long band, you can make a little tie in it, right? This is what I've been working on anyway with my feet, for my rehab after my operation, but this is absolute key to the knee. Right? So I want you to take the band and place it around each toe, right, around your big toe. See? My band around my big toe. Right. So I want a little stretch onto the band. Right? I want a little stretch there. I'm going to come up and rock and roll and back. Yes, I'm going to need my chair. Lift up, down and back. Then lift, down and back. Yeah? I've got that pull the whole time. All right, one more time. Lift. So the knees, it's not just about the knee, it's what's going on in this big toe as well. Okay, taking it down. I'm going to take my right foot out. You just see that movement to the side. Yeah? I'm just moving it out to the side. 3, 2, and 1. Then I'm going to do that the other side. Opening. Just opening. It's great for the ankle, getting rotation, external rotation there. Got a lovely word. The ankle bone called. Lovely word. Or a malleolus. That nice word. One more time. Okay. Then I'm going to lift up my right foot. And I'm just going to tap it down. Okay? It's like I'm tapping down all of my foot down onto the ground. Okay? Tap, tap, tap. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2s. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 again. 1, 2. 1, 2. Lovely. Lift up lower down. And again, lift up and lower. And again, just slightly take your toes away. One more time. I'm going to move my chair slightly now. Just out of the way a moment. Placing your hands together. And then just come into a little squat. A little squat and lift up. No, I'm not sure how much room you've got here. Go into a little squat. Up and then open through your right arm and then close. Coming down and up. Can you make sure that you are all on mute? Because I've had a sign come up that somebody's come off mute. But you just make sure you push yourself back onto mute because it's coming into the screen. So open back, in and down. Up we go again, and open, and then in and lower. Lovely. From there, just taking the band away for a moment. Take the band away. And then back against your wall, lean into your wall, and then lift the toes. Lift. Getting that range as well into the ankle. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Guys, take one of your yoga blocks. One yoga block. Place it down onto the ground. Place the mid-tarsal joint onto the block. Okay, take it onto the block. Now, why are we doing? Why are we stretching the hamstrings? Because remember we talk about this as a holistic approach. If this is short, ladies, this is going to pull on the knee. It's only going to pull on the back, it's going to pull on the knee. So, hamstrings need to be nice and long and healthy. I want you to imagine you've got a rucksack on your back and you're leaning forward into it. I'm not curling under. Into it, and then I'm going to lift up. Okay, so rucksack on my back. The rucksack isn't moving, it's staying on my back. And lift. Now, if you haven't got a yoga block, you could use a book. You could even use your mat rolled up. Couldn't you? Down we go. And lift. One more time. So lengthen, rucksack on the back. Drawing through those abdominals. Down we go. And lift up. Okay, swap sides. Okay, follow on this side. So, you'll find you've got more flexibility in one foot than the other. So, from this position, posture, shoulders back and down. Break at the hips, rucksack on the back. And come down into a little hamstring stretch. And then lift up. And again, coming down into that little hamstring stretch. And again, 2 more. 1. And really think about this is your last one. Think about really lengthening through. Lengthen. Rucksack on the back. And then release that up to the top. Okay, I want you now to take your right leg down and your left leg away, all right? Just a little straight position, yeah? So I'm doing that, all right? That position, there. I want you, just by lean onto the wall of your hand, come down into a little squat. With a little bend at the knee and lift. Anchor into that heel and lift. So you're just loading your right leg. Take that down, put your right leg away, bend at the knee and lift. Only a tiny little bend. That's a mini squat. 1. Last time. 2. Place that foot down onto the ground. Inhale, pick the arms up, exhale and down. And again, inhale, exhale down. Kick your right leg forward, kick your left leg forward, kick your right leg to the side, kick your left leg to the side, just a little bit, kick one back, kick one back, kick down, inhale to the top, and exhale and row. Okay, ladies, we're going to go down onto the mat. Just going to move my chair, I don't need that at the moment. I'm going to put my band, right, then I'm just using this different band. If you've got one of these, you can put it around your thighs, yeah? I find it more comfortable with my thicker band than the material band. So I'm going to put the band on. And I'm going to use 2 yoga blocks. All right, so I'm going to put those to the side. Bring my camera down. Stand up nice and tall, now chin to chest. So we're going to roll down. Now before we go any further, before we go down to all fours, we're going to walk the hands forward and you're going to keep those feet down onto the ground. Now not heels up now, not down into the ground. So if ladies, I want you just to feel your calf muscles, yeah? Look at them. It's one more defined than the other. There's one more bulky than the other. And if you struggle, if you really struggle to keep your heels down, this will possibly tell you that you're a lady who's worn heels for a long time. And these heels have shortened these calf muscles, yeah? So this stretch for you, for posture and knee health, is absolutely key. Come down onto your knees and then you're going to come into a seat. You're going to take the right heel, and you don't have to have the band on if you don't want it. This is just making the exercise just a little bit harder. I'm just going to lift and lower. Yeah, so I'm now strengthening the muscles at the front of the thigh. Yeah, that quadricep starts in the ischium of the pelvis and comes down all the way into that tibia fibula. So we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time. Then take it down, bring it in other side. The knee health is very much about building strength in the front of the thigh. Okay, so we've got 4 muscles that make up this one quadricep. Lift and lower. Try and keep the spine stacked rather than this. Yeah? Try and keep it stacked. One more time. Ladies, I'm going to come forward. Bring my arms up. Use one little half a roll back. And then up to the top. Around we go. Two more. So there's your flexion. There's your extension. And get into your flexion and extension. Then from here, take your hands back behind you. Bend your right leg. You're going to lift it. You're going to open it. And now much tougher with the band. You're going to come in and lower. Yeah? Lift, open. It depends how hard you want to work, ladies. Yeah. So up. Get those pelvic floor muscles fired up. And then in and lower, and again. Open, in and through, other side. So take it away, open, in and down. So it's lift, open, in. Your heel can just touch the ground, but don't let it don't throw it down onto the ground. Open, in, and through. One more time, up and open. Good. Slide that in, arms up, shoulder bridge. It's all the way back. All the way back. Bring the feet in and then tilt the pelvis and then come up. Yeah? So you're up into that little bridge. You're going to open the thighs, you're going to close them and then lower halfway. So you're opening the pelvis. So again, we talked about knee health isn't just about thinking about the joint, the knee joint. It's about opening the pelvis, keeping the hips healthy, abduction, adduction. All the things that we were doing standing, open, close, and down. And again, squeeze, open, close, and down. More time. Up, open, squeeze, and down. Lower it all the way down, guys. Taking your band away from you. Take it off you. Coming up, take your head, neck, and shoulders away from the mat. Take your yoga blocks, place them under each and this end of the room. Right, so if you had 2 mini balls, you could do it with your mini balls as well, or just something that you've got some height. And all I want you to do is lift the leg, yeah? Squeeze the leg, yeah? Squeeze it up. Do 4 on this side. 1, 2. Again, keep the spine stacked. Don't round it off. Yeah? And then 4 on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Time and 4. You can sit on a yoga block if you want to. I find it more comfortable. Or a cushion. More comfortable. Okay, so I'm going to bring my leg in, right, my right leg in. Take my hands now just on my thigh. I'm going to turn my, remember what this is called, the ankle joint, the ankle bone. Into them, malleolus. Oh, you like that name, don't you? Then we're going to come down. So let's tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing an internal rotation. Yeah, internal, stretching through the tendons and ligaments out in the lateral part of your ankle. You're going to come up, you're going to turn the toe around, and you're going to come down. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I spoke about the quadricep muscle having 4 different sections. So by changing the angle of the malleolus, so we change, and then the other side, so we change the angle of those muscles that feed into and through down into that tibia fibula. So in, lift, external, and down. In, lift, external, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you may find I've got much more rotation in this side than the other side. You may find that you are imbalanced as well. You may not have as much rotation on one side as the other. Take your hands forward and just come into a lovely little spread. So we've mobilized and strengthened hips, ankles, mid-tarsal joint, toes, especially the big toe. Put the hands in, interlace the fingers, stretch out. Put the hands behind you, and then just lift the chest slightly. Legs in, soles together, and then just press down on the inside. Bring yourself around onto all fours, and I want you to come into with your hands just under your shoulders, and then just coming into a little flexion, and then away into an extension. Keeping it going, ladies, just keep the spine moving. Keep it all the whole time, flexion, extension. Okay, then wag your tail, so stay very still and then just wag, wag, wag your tail. Drop into the center, ladies. Stop where you are. Okay, curl your toes under and push yourself up back into your downward facing dog, or as we know in Pilates, our calf stretch. Now, walk your feet, little baby steps, in towards your hands. And then release away. Restack the vertebrae. Remember muscle memory. Come into the top, bringing your shoulders back and down. So you instantly come into your perfect posture. Okay, come into a wall or your chair. Pick up one foot and just bring the foot in towards, the heel in towards your bottom. You're stretching through that quadricep, front of the thigh. Hold it there. And then turn around and then do the other side. Well, this side is definitely tighter than the other side. Lovely, the sun's coming out all the way, yeah, just. Okay, bring the foot down, take your shoulders back and down, kick out the right foot and the left, to the side, to the side, the back, and back. Bring your feet together, hands in, and breathe out. One more time, take it up, breathe in, and breathe out. Ladies, take your hands up together and give yourselves